Nikola Jokic proves he is the one true king. We'll tell you why the Nuggets bench helped deliver a big win in Sacramento. Why the Nuggets can't hit a three to save their souls. Coming up on Locked On Nuggets.
You are Locked On Nuggets, your daily Denver Nuggets podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Nuggets, your daily Denver Nuggets podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thanks for joining us and making us part of your day, being an everydayer, making us your first listen, and being with us Monday through Friday, including after the Nuggets' big win late night on NBC's Coast to Coast against the Sacramento Kings. Glad to have you with us. Appreciate you guys being with us. Make sure to give us a like and subscribe at youtube.com/theaction. No, youtube.com/Locked On Nuggets. I've been doing too many shows. Also,
what's that like, huh?
Give us 5-star reviews, if you're listening on the podcast side. Do appreciate you guys so much. We are cranking towards 12,000 subscribers. So help us get there by subscribing at youtube.com/Locked On Nuggets. All right. My name is Matt Moore. I've been covering the Denver Nuggets as a credential reporter for 14 seasons. I write the Denver Dig, write a piece today explaining exactly what makes Tim Hardaway Jr. so valuable, because he does not prefer passing the ball for a better look instead of taking a good one. He does not make perfect the enemy of good. Talked about Cam Johnson's struggles for the unreasonable people that I have to deal with every night in the comments. And I actually gave in that article, if you jump through, if you do subscribe, I've got an interview with Ryan Bowen, head coach of the G League Gold. I'm going to have more interviews with Ryan along the way as Deron Holmes and Tamar Bates and those guys get time over in Grand Rapids. His name is Ryan Blackburn. He's from Mile High Sports and the Pickaxe and Roll podcast. On tonight's show, we'll talk about why the Nuggets cannot hit an open three to save their souls, even though it doesn't really matter because they're still the best offense in the league. We'll talk about the bench answering the call. But Ryan Blackburn, what was your big takeaway from the Nuggets win over the Sacramento Kings in Sactown to go up 2-0 in the season series, 122-108?
I mean, it has to be big fella himself. It was like, this was the best Jokic game of the season by far to me. Like, he was unbelievable in this game, Matt. Just set the tone from the Nuggets from the jump, 35 points, 16 of 19 from the field, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, probably could have had like 12 assists on a night like tonight. Only got to the free throw line 3 times, only took two shots from 3. It did not matter. The dude was an efficiency nightmare and was absolutely cooking. The Kings, as physical as they were against him at various points, no opportunity to stop him, no opportunity to slow him down. Jokic was in control the entire night, and that made things a formality at the end of this one.
And that brings us to the joke of the night. A new graphic, if you're watching at youtube.com/Locked On Nuggets. Nikola Jokic versus the Kings, 35 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 turnovers to 7 assists, 2 steals, a plus 11, 16 of 19, 84%, 1 of 2 3-pointer, and 5 of 7 from free throw line. He was 16 of 19 from the field. 16 of 19. And one of them was like him trying to draw a foul on Drew Eubanks.
Well, Drew did put the hand right into the chest like a lot of the guys do, a lot of the bigs do. So I understand why Joker was like, hey, what the hell? But I mean, if that's the only one you're going to miss, that's going to be.
I thought the Nuggets got a favorable whistle tonight. That is your joke of the night, though. 35 points, 15 and 7 for the Joker. Look. It is very hard to find new ways to describe him. It's just very difficult. I like this win a lot because the Nuggets couldn't get out of gear. And without Joker, they're trailing by a lot in this game and having to stage a furious comeback, which is exhausting.
Yeah.
So he keeps them afloat. And it was like going in the fourth quarter, it was like, hey, somebody better step up and like actually make some shots. And this is good. Like, it's not good, because I was really going to come into this game if they won, being like, look, okay, you get like not a small amount, like 10 to 20 games a year where Joker just bails you out. That's fine. right? Like that's gonna happen, but this was one of those. So like Mark went off the scratch card. And then the bench came in and did the work. And honestly, they struggled when the starters came back in late fourth quarter, but then Joker put it away anyway. But like, just the efficiency is nuts. It's not just the efficiency. So one of the things is like, okay, it'd be one thing if it was just the efficiency from the field, shooting 84% from the field. But it's that he's also this year not turning the ball over.
Yeah.
Like he's not, like they have one of the best free turnover rates in the league.
One kind of errant lob to Gordon down the stretch, which I think you can count as like, okay, they were slightly off on the page there, but it has felt like the Nuggets have consistently, like, I really like the way that they played in the third and fourth quarter, like even if things didn't go perfectly, because they were so methodical, they were so slow. Every time they slowed it down, they worked into a good possession, they got a good open shot. And if it got to Jokic at the middle of the paint, Matt, he was canning that floater every single time. He got to a jump hook on occasion, but the floater itself is just so difficult for teams to defend because their center is usually the help guy in the paint. And so when the Nuggets run all of this cutting action, when they run all of these baseline actions and trying to get some guys to the rim, it forces Sabonis or Drew Eubanks or whoever is rotating over to just take one step away from Jokic, and that's really all he needs.
I feel like that pretty much every player on the Nuggets has figured out, hey, if I drive and just pass to Jokic in the lane, he's going to catch it no matter how bad the pass is, and then he can put up a floater and score.
Hey, you want an assist?
Yeah.
But it's a Joker.
That's like all you have to do is like get him in floater range and get him the ball.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Phenomenal game by Nikola Jokic. Just a really like another masterclass. That game he had last year was honestly, I have thought this more than once, that game he had versus the Kings last year, which was not the 60-point triple-double. It was the 35-22-17 game. That remains like probably the best game of basketball I've ever seen anybody play in person.
Yeah.
Like and he just kills this team, man. He just kills them. And it was a really great performance by him. Starters all in double digit plus minus, all of that really terrific. So Joker gets all of the flowers tonight for being that incredible. And he only had to play 33 minutes because of the bench. And that's huge on the back-to-back in case he wants to try and play tomorrow night. Later on, we'll talk about whether or not we think who they should rest and how, and we'll talk about that later on. Coming up, though, Joker would have had to play more, and they might have run out of gas, and they might have lost this game had it not been for a crucial run by the Nuggets bench. We'll talk about that up next on Locked On Nuggets. This show is brought to you by FanDuel. The NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you could even combine your live bets into a same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. I got very lucky with Celtics plus 2.5 tonight. Got very lucky that Derek White lost control of the ball and didn't get a good shot up down 2. That was thankful. I have been absolutely rolling with Suns, and I think I'm going to take him again tomorrow versus the Dallas Mavericks. That Suns team, to Ryan's chagrin, pretty pesky. By the way, I have bet Broncos plus 4 versus the Chiefs. That's a ridiculous line you can get at FanDuel. It's ridiculous. And under no circumstances should Kansas City, if you flip that line to home field, that means that Kansas City is 8.5 at home versus the Broncos. There is no scenario in which you would not want to grab the Broncos as 8.5 point favorites, crossing both the 7 and 8 key numbers versus the Chiefs. That is ridiculous. So yes, I'm on Broncos this weekend. Keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making that late push. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head to FanDuel.com to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. We're also brought to you today by BILT. Nobody likes paying rent, but if you must, you might as well get something for it. That's where BILT comes in. BILT is changing the game by turning your rent payment into real rewards you can actually use. When you pay rent through BILT, you earn flexible points that can be redeemed toward hundreds of hotels and airlines, a future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and more. But BILT isn't just about rent. It's about rewarding you around your entire neighborhood. Whether you're grabbing food at your favorite local restaurant or heading to the gym, you're still earning rewards. BILT has made everyday life more rewarding, from your neighborhood to your travel plans. Turn your rent into rewards and start earning points around your neighborhood by going to joinbilt.com/lockedonnba. That's joinbilt.com/lockedonnba. Make sure to use that link so they know we sent you. We'll be right back on Locked On Nuggets. Back here on Locked On Nuggets, thanks for joining us and making this part of your day. First, I want to state for the record that the person that keeps complaining about me wearing my Mizzou hat, MIZ, I am wearing my Colorado, one of my several Colorado hats tonight. And check out this shirt I got, Ryan.
Wow, Denver Rockets, huh?
I got the Denver Rockets ABA shirt.
Who are they?
So I am amassing a collection of ABA t-shirts, and it makes me very happy every single time.
It's because that's when you were like in middle school.
I'm going to ignore that. If you have not read the basketball tome Loose Ball, you should. It is an absolutely terrific tale about the ABA in those times. It is absolutely terrific. You should go back and read that book. Okay. So, Ryan, like fourth quarter's coming up. Nuggets, I think we're up, what, 2? It was
they were up 3, and then the Kings immediately got a bucket out of the break to go to Nuggets up 1.
Yeah, and it was like looking like it was going to get rough there. It was looking like it was going to get pretty dangerous. And then the bench makes an absolutely massive run. And they've done this a few times this year where it's like they have, it's, you know how we used to talk about like the stints, right? Where it's like, you know, one would be horrible and one would be not that bad. Now it's honestly interesting with the bench because it feels like they'll have like let's say let's see, Joker's playing 34, like 4 out of the 14 minutes that he's not playing. They'll have like a 4-minute stretch where they're not playing well, a 4-minute stretch where they're playing okay, and then like the rest of it is like awesome, and they play really well and go on these runs. 21-7 was the run from the 12-minute mark to 5:16. Jamal Murray scored 10 points in that. Murray was the catalyst. Jonas got his buckets. Bruce created chaos and got transition buck out for a big one that really, like, you could feel the air go out of the arena. But it was honestly that it was that Jamal Murray rush that got them there.
Yeah, he got to the free throw line in the beginning of that stretch against Keon Ellis, and then for some reason they benched Keon. And eventually he got going against some of these other guys too. And just like him being able and willing to create the threes, I think is just so valuable because Denver is like, especially with that second unit, you've got Jonas who wants to be around the rim. You've got Peyton who's going to be cutting. You've got Bruce who's going to be cutting, although Bruce been hitting some shots. And you've got Tim who's going to be orbiting around the 3-point line, waiting to get some shots. So you need guys who are willing to space, who are able to space. And then one of the misses that he had, Jonas immediately put back. So the floor bound, like it makes sense to me for him to be really focused on getting up some perimeter jumpers with that group. But it was both. It was like getting himself going from the free throw line and getting a little bit of a rhythm, slowing the game down, and then finding some open shots from 3. It was just really, really impressive stuff from him.
I think I was really impressed with Jamal's toughness on drives tonight. So Keon Ellis is a really great wing defender. We've been talking about whether or not the Nuggets should trade for Keon Ellis all day in our group chat, and we're not decided yet. Like the answer is like, yes, we think he'd be awesome on the Nuggets. It's like, what do you want to give up for him?
Price.
And it's mostly like everyone has their agenda. And so they like, depending on if it's your guy, you're like, no, I'm not like that. Cause I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, if they would take Julian Strother for Keon Ellis, yes, you should trade Julian Strother for Keon Ellis. Like, hey,
they already traded Dario Saric for Jonas Valanciunas.
Right,
so who knows?
Right. Hey, they have a relationship, those two front offices.
Yes,
that's actually like a really positive deal. So I thought that Jamal's toughness, though, just like driving past contact on Keon Ellis, getting in there. And I made jokes about him grifting, but really what it was like he was forcing contact and then getting there. Like Ellis reached in and Jamal stumbled. Yeah. But I don't know if he fell down on purpose. It felt more like Jamal just kind of like stumbled there, and they called that reach. And like that wasn't, I will like again, I think the Nuggets got a lot of This was not a game like the Portland game where I felt like they got screwed. I feel like they got a lot of favorable interpretations of 50-50 calls, but a lot of the ones from Jamal were like, he really was just pressing the issue. And it's like, no, like, I'm just going to force my way in there and I'm going to draw the foul. And doing so, I think, is just really valuable.
It's 100%. And like, Denver's going to need a guy to calm things down. And unfortunately, he has been that guy. He's been up and down at various points. He started the year really well, went through a little bit of a lull from a shooting phase, but then now has seemingly come out of it. And he looks great. Like, this is the exact kind of Jamal that you want. You were talking about the numbers, 23-8. Like, if that's just the new baseline, or like 22-8, 22-7, kind of in that general range, that's a really good baseline for a second best player, Matt. It just is. Like, there's a lot of complaints that I think people can have, but for Denver to be the best version of themselves, if Jamal's giving you that every single night, you're in a really good spot.
So Val was good after he settled down. He missed a lot of bunnies early and then like settled down. And once he gets that, like, once he gets comfortable and he gets to that hook shot, then you can feel the other team be like,
Crap.
like, yeah, because now that it's like, we don't want to double, but now we have to.
Yeah.
And if we double, he's just going to kick it out. And now they've got Murray running around and these wings. Jamal tonight did play 37 minutes. I would sit him tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think he should sit. I kind of think Joker should sit. Like, I kind of think they should probably not throw, but like punt this one.
Well, they'd have to call up Deron Holmes.
Good point. So anyway, bench play great. Bruce making plays, 2 steals. Like,
he closed too.
He closed over Cam Johnson.
I think that was deserved, and we were talking about that in the group chat. A lot of it wasn't about Cam, because Cam's defense, his ability to move the ball, just orbiting around the perimeter, was really good. It was more just about finding the right defensive matchups that they were able to get to, and Bruce guarding on the perimeter was really nice, and Christian guarding Zach LaVine was the right call.
Tony has tickets for the Clippers game tomorrow and pay like $800 and does not want to see Joker sit. Don't worry, buddy. He's probably going to play. Joker almost always plays the back-to-backs. It's tough. So I don't want it to be like, oh, you're covering for Cam because you continue to do that. Like, no, when Cam plays badly, we'll be like, he played badly.
Yeah.
I just don't think he did tonight. Like, a lot of it tonight was, Cam was 2 of 6, only got 6 shots. He was doing well early. Most of them were open threes, which we'll talk about. The passes were good. I thought his defense was really great.
Yeah.
You do close with that 3-guard lineup versus the Kings 3-guard lineup. Like, that's what you should do, is you should kind of match up. Let me put it this way. Even if you think Cam played badly, right? Because I'm not going to sit here and be like, Cam played amazing with 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. I hate doing this box score watching with an impact player, but whatever, we can do it. Even if you think that, that's not why David Adelman made the switch. Like, we would tell you if it was like he was playing so badly, they had to close with Bruce.
Yeah,
that wasn't the case here. There will probably be a game where Cam is playing so badly that they close with somebody else. They have that luxury. It
happened already. Like, that's a thing that happens. So, like, look, he'll have plenty of opportunities throughout the year. He's got to find some opportunities for this to like. I would just love to see a crooked point total at some point. It's probably not going to come for a while, but it would make a lot of people feel better. I'll say that.
This was game 10.
Yeah.
Adelman said it was going to take 10 games.
All right. So Adelman, like, you just got to drop the plays tomorrow.
And hey, that's what people want, Adelman. They don't want to win the game. They want Cam Johnson to score 20 points. So
makes it easy if Jamal's sitting. Like, you just want to have him initiate some stuff with Nikola, and that'll be good.
You tell Joker to stop shooting, and you force feed Cam Johnson that ball so he gets 20 points, so it looks better as a trade. Hurricane says technically 5 is a crooked number, which I laughed at.
That is very funny.
All right. Coming up, why can nobody hit an open 3 for this team? We'll talk about it coming up on Locked On Nuggets. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, No BS. I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for just $15 a month. Mint makes it's simple. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can even bring your own phone and keep your same number and all your contacts. You're getting the same quality service you had before, but for a fraction of the price. Are you ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/lockedonnba. That's mintmobile.com/lockedonnba. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed may be slow, above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. We're also brought to you today by Doer. Oh, man. By Doers came in the mail. And yesterday I was going to pick up my daughter, and we were going to go run some errands before she had basketball practice. And so I was like, I've been hanging out in what I usually work in, which is comfortable pants. I call them silly pants. I was hanging out in silly pants. And I decided, I was like, well, I'm leaving the house, so I have to put on what I call serious pants. And so I put on serious pants, and I decided to put on Doer, and they were so freaking comfortable and breathable. It was absolutely tremendous. They are so good. Their performance denim slim straight are so comfortable and awesome and breathable. They have 5 times the stretch of traditional denim. They're antibacterial, meaning that the jeans stay longer, and which is really great for me when I'm like changing into workout shorts and then back into the, like, being able to switch in and out of them is really great. They're made with Cool Max that regulates your body temperature and wicks moisture. They feel stretchy without looking stretchy. They just look awesome. They just look absolutely terrific on you, but they're the most comfortable jeans that you're going to find. They're pioneers of blending technical innovation with everyday clothing, and that's why they invented the original performance denim. Simply put, Doer makes the world's most comfortable pants without having to sacrifice style. Once you try these, they're going to be your go-to. And you can check out Doer in store right here in Denver, all down at 2621 Larimer Street. Pick up a pair for yourself or as an amazing holiday gift. Mention our promo code LOCKEDONDenver in store to get 15% off your first order, or check them out online at shopdoer.com/LockedOnDenver for 15% off. That's shopdoer.com/LockedOnDenver. We'll be right back on Locked On Nuggets.
Funny pants, huh?
Silly pants, sir.
Silly pants.
Silly pants versus my serious pants. By the way, make sure you're listening to Locked On Broncos, Locked On Avalanche. Avalanche with another win. Avalanche and the Nuggets are just playing phenomenal sports right now.
Yeah.
They are absolutely terrific.
And the Broncos are also winning games.
And the Broncos are winning games. That's true. And they're going to win another one this weekend. So
all these Denver teams are undefeated at home so far. Like,
that's crazy.
It's not going to hold. It's not going to hold.
The jinx you just put, you better.
It's not going to hold. They will lose on Sunday.
Okay. There we go. All right. So Cam goes 0 of 3 from 3-point range. Aaron goes 2 of 4 because not even Ryan's jinxing powers can smother Aaron Gordon.
There was one dribble 3 that he made, like going to his left, just off the dribble pull up. Absolutely nothing but the bottom of the net. It was an incredible shot.
I love it because based off of your jinx rate, this means that Aaron's going to get to play till he's 45.
Hey,
incredible.
I mean,
as a starter.
Yeah, I mean he's going to start. He's going to play 76 minutes per game. He's going to play 60 of them at the 5. It's going to be great.
Overtimes per night.
It's going to be great. Center minutes for Aaron Gordon.
Christian Brown was 1 of 4 from 3-point range because we're not counting that last one. And Jamal was 4 of 9. He was good. Jamal was getting to that 3-pointer. Yeah. THJ slowed down a little bit. Cam was like, everyone's missing threes except Tim Hardaway Jr. And I was like, he's actually 2 of 6 from the field.
He started off good and then slowed down.
And then Grace had the nerve on Twitter to be like, that's 1 off from 50%. It's 1 off from 17% too.
I couldn't believe they were trying to pull that with you. Like, of all the people, like, Matt is the large sample size king, and you're like, hey, you need one more. Like,
Peyton Watson. I'm actually the small sample size king, unfortunately. Peyton Watson 0 of 1. That was pretty hurtful. Bruce Brown 2 of 3.
By the way, Bruce Brown, he does not qualify for this open shots campaign that we are running. Bruce Brown has been hitting open shots very well.
I don't
just statistically.
Sure. I don't know if there's anything like, I don't feel like these are bad shots.
No.
I don't even feel like Christians are like, the Christian ones are record scratches. Like, he takes too long thinking about it, and he's always like halfway in between it. Like, I feel like Christian's trying to think the game through like Jokic, where it's like, I'm going to shoot, but maybe I should pass, but no, I will shoot. And it's like, dude, you're already in your motion. Just shoot. Like,
well, his motion is so slow that he can do that. So
right.
It's
like, just go. Because like, you just can't. I mean, it's fine, right? Cam, I'm like, I don't, because I try and maintain a sense of objectivity, right? At least like a threshold of it. I'm a very biased person, but I try and maintain a facade at least. I try not to like actively root for the Nuggets. Like, my wife gets really offended at this. I was like, we're not a Nuggets household. And she says, we aren't. So like, my wife is very adamantly a Nuggets fan. But like, I'm begging these threes to go down. Like, I'm begging, just because I'm like, they're good shots and he's playing well. Just go down. Just get in the hole.
He does have a quick trigger. And what I will say to his credit is that the team, like the opposing team, is often closing out really hard in those situations, because they're like, crap, we cannot let him get going, because he has that reputation. He's had that reputation in the NBA for a long time. Think about what he was like doing for the Suns, where anytime he got an open shot coming off of a catch, people were panicking. They're losing their freaking minds. So like, you can understand where opposing teams are like, okay, we cannot let him get going at all costs. Like, he is their Michael Porter now.
But that's what I'm trying. See, that's what I'm trying to figure out, Ryan. And like, I just need to go back and I just need to do like a lot of film on this.
Yeah.
Like, I just need to like dive in and do nothing but pay attention to Cam. Because what I can't figure out is like, with MPJ, they were literally leaving him open. Every game was the same script. They were like, we got to shut down the 2-man game with Murray and Jokic. And they would overcorrect on that. And MPJ would be like, I will catch and I will shoot this open three and I will make it 45% of the time. And then after the third one, because we did this over and over and over again, we had the same conversation with MPJ. For 3 straight years, we had this conversation of, why does he start off so well and then not get another shot? And this like turned into an argument between media people, because some people were like, the Nuggets have got to do more to get him involved again. And then like others like me were like, no, like, they're adjusting. So now you just go the other way and kill them because they can't commit that extra defender.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, are they not sending that now with Cam Johnson? And they were sending it with MPJ? Because that sounds insane. Like, why like, Cam's an okay shooter, but like, why on earth would you not just stay home on MPJ the entire game and then dare Cam Johnson a little bit more?
I would love to see the mechanisms for how they are getting Cam Johnson early 3-point shots, because it doesn't always feel like he's getting them off of like lifting up from the corner to the wing and you're getting the wide open. Because there was one that Tim got where it was either Cam or Bruce or somebody else who cut weak side, and Joker throws the ball over their head to Tim on a wide open shot where his defender, like Tim's defender, was dragged into the paint. So he had all day to shoot. He missed it, and that's fine. But like, you just want those kinds of looks where your open shooters, like, they get to see that they have a wide open court and they can set their feet, get comfortable, take a shot. And Cam, for me, it doesn't feel like he's getting a lot of those. Some of the ones that he is getting that are open are like in transition, where he's coming down the floor, where he's like, his momentum's going towards the rim. And it's just not like, it doesn't always feel natural when he's getting them.
So I'm not gonna do that. Like, I appreciate what you're saying, but like, I'll just like genuinely say, if we're gonna hold players to the standard of, you got to make shots.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've argued historically this is stupid, and I still kind of think it is, but I'm willing to pretend because I can't get the casuals on board. Like, if we're gonna hold people to that standard, then like, none of this matters. Like, Cam Johnson's just gonna have to put the ball in the bucket. You're gonna get select opportunities. You may have to shoot more. You may just have to shoot more. Like, that's a lot of what TSJ is getting from. It's just like, I don't think TSJ is taking bad shots, even when they're contested. He's just like, no, I can make the shot. I'm going to take it. I don't care that Peyton Watson's open. I'm taking the shot.
So here's the thing. Denver is 8-2 through 10 games. You would categorize their strength of schedule so far as subpar, correct? Like a subpar strength of schedule that they have had. It has not been that hard of a schedule.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
when they face tough defenses, when they face tough teams, these like the open shots that they're getting at the paint, where it's the cuts, it's the floaters, it's Joker getting to the same spot 15 times in the game and somehow making 13 of them like he did in this game. Like, it's not going to be that against Cleveland or New York or certainly OKC or Minnesota on Saturday. They're probably not going to get a lot of that against the Clippers on like tomorrow. Like, the Clippers are a really good defense last year. We'll see whether they can they can make it happen this year. But if they're going to do it, it's going to happen with the Nuggets on a second night of a back-to-back. So I'm curious to see what happens when they face really tough defenses. That's when your threes have to start hitting. That's when the Nuggets open shots that they're generating on a consistent basis have to start going down. So we'll see if they're saving it. Like, if they can get 40 to 45% against some of these teams, that'd be great too. Although they did shoot 39% from three tonight, it just didn't feel like it at all.
Yeah. Do you have thoughts quickly on Christian Braun?
12 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. I don't feel like he needed to be that involved tonight because Murray and Jokic were in control the entire time. But it did feel like they had to press the Jokic button a ton. And a lot of the reason for that is because they're not getting a lot from Christian on the offensive end. Defensively, I thought he was fine. I don't think that there was any problem with what he did. Zach LaVine had 12 points on 12 shots. DeMar DeRozan was fine. Like, he's doing his job there, but offensively, he doesn't look comfortable. He's not shooting. He's not making the same shots at the rim at the highest rate possible like he did last year. And when you see that kind of regression, it's understandable. Like, it's normalizing because he had a really great year last year. This is why you have to be a better 3-point shooter so that when those shots don't go in, you have something you can fall back on.
But maybe that last one is like what gets him going. That was actually a reason for him to take and make that shot, is like, maybe that's the one that gets him going. Players talk about that all the time.
I need it. I need it desperately.
You also need assists, by the way, because he's averaging 2.9 versus the 4 that you were predicting. So
I wasn't predicting 4. I said he could average 4.
So there's that for you. Up next, the game versus the Los Angeles Clippers. We'll have a post game for you tomorrow night. Make sure to tune in for that. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you guys being with us. We will see you guys again very soon on Locked On Nuggets.
Nuggets. Joke of the week.